Happy New Year! This is the Brain Gangster Podcast, and I'm your host, meditation and wellness expert Stacey Turis, along with my unaffectionate sidekick, the mindful money maestro, Carrie Tredway.
What up?
What up?
I am affectionate, and I'm more affectionate now at the beginning of the year because it's a restart. But on today's episode,
Wait, is affection one of your revolutions?
No, but I'm just nice at the beginning of the year.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of not cool to come into January 2nd all hateful.
Right,
stuff.
right.
But anyways, on today's episode, revolutions, not resolutions, we're going to be talking about easy ways to set yourself up for a successful, kick-ass, awesome 2019 without falling into that, if you could see my fingers, air quote, resolution trap.
I've never even been a fan of New Year's resolutions ever, because I feel like I'm always on a self-improvement plan. And then when you throw shit in at the beginning of the year, it just muddies up all the stuff I'm working on already.
Well, I mean, I like resolutions, but I actually don't start mine until like January 8th because I literally need that full week of January 1st through 7th to like get my shit together.
I know. I'm with you.
Because literally every year I do a 21-day cleanse in January, and people are like, why are you still on the cleanse? It's January 22nd. I'm like, oh, dude, no, I don't start till January 8th. I'm not trying to get on this bandwagon of old January 1st stuff.
No, because I just feel like you're destined to fail if you start on January. Like, January 1st to me is still a holiday, so I wouldn't start anything on January 1st anyway. Like, that would be my excuse.
And if you're like me, I generally like to partake in fun on New Year's Eve. Remember, I am a Fun Squad previous admiral.
Yes, you are. You do like to partake in fun.
So I partake in a lot of fun on New Year's Eve. So New Year's Day, I don't ever feel like doing anything that's good for myself other than like resting.
I feel like you partake in fun the whole month of December.
I do. I like fun. I like fun a lot.
You do like fun. Okay.
I mean, my first word was happy. So if my first word was happy, I'm trying to be down with some fun.
Was it really?
Seriously.
See, and listening to you, you'd think it'd been chips.
I know. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Hungry, not happy. Hungry make me happy.
Hungry. Well, I was happy because I knew where my mama hid the potato chips.
Okay, so today to start our personal revolutions, we're going to be talking about self-care gone wild because it shouldn't feel like a damn job. Easy financial habits that will pay off. That's really where I need help. I'm the worst with mindful finance. And 9 ways to a more peaceful year, which we all need. We all need peace, honestly. Let's have some peace.
Let's have some peace. And how about this for awesomeness? For today's show, we've partnered up with Modest Earth, this amazing tea company available on Amazon with 100% organic blends like Strong Stress. Okay?
That's the name of the tea.
That's the name of the tea.
Okay.
So Strong Stress offers superior ingredients such as chamomile, passionflower, oatstraw, lemon verbena, and skullcap. So we all know chamomile's amazing properties. We've all heard about chamomile that help with depression and anxiety. But have you heard of skullcap, lemon verbena, passionflower, or oatstraw? I know I hadn't, so I had to look it up. But they aid in easing body tension and help lift feelings of anxiety and overwhelming emotions. Oatstraw also contains B vitamins to help soothe and nourish entire nervous system, which at the beginning of the year you might be a little nervous.
We all have a cray-cray nervous system.
And lemon verbena is actually prescribed for chronic stress to help ease the mind and calm the body. So, if we're thinking about the beginning of the year and a reset and a refresh,
Modest Earth Strong Stress Tea, yo.
Modest Earth Strong Stress Tea sounds amazing.
And from the reviews I read, it's like actually really strong. Like, people literally can feel it. Like, it's not just one of those things where you drink tea and then you're like, okay, I feel calm. Like, this shit actually works. So to enter your chance to win Modest Earth Strong Stress Tea, just visit braingangster.com and on the giveaways page, enter your name and email to register. Easy peasy. And we will be telling the winners that they're winners, I guess, right?
Yeah, we'll be like, winner, winner, vegan chicken dinner.
Chick apostrophe N.
Foken, as my husband likes to call it.
What did he call it?
He said chicken, foken.
Why Foken?
Like faux chicken.
Oh, that's a good idea. You know what? I just have to tell you this. Speaking of Foken, last night I made a plant-based pot pie. I mean, I'm talking the bottom dough, the cashew filling with the all of it, this beautiful pie, the top. And I went to put it in my oven. Dude, my oven has not worked since September of last year.
Oh my gosh.
I was so pissed. So yeah, that was my Foken pot pie.
Yeah, your Foken pot pie was beep, beep, up.
Okay, so let's just tear into this right now because last year was a shit year. Sorry, for me personally. I mean, for a lot of people personally. The year before was a shit year, and I'm just like not down with shit years anymore. So that's why it's going to be a year of revolutions and not resolutions, because I'm coming in this year like a wrecking ball, like a naked Miley, just coming in and fucking stuff up left and right. That's how I feel about this year.
Whoa.
So, yeah, totally.
I would like to request that you're not naked.
I just feel
if you
like...
want to be on a wrecking ball, will you put on some clothing?
Really? Do you think that'll have the same effect if I'm in like a plaid shirt and jeans on a wrecking ball?
I just feel like at our age, when you're flying in the wind, things start flapping.
I don't even care. Flap away. That's how I feel about 2019. Flap away, man.
You know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna flap over here.
I'm gonna flap everything.
I'm flappy and happy.
Exactly. Okay, so
well, I mean, like, I don't share the same sentiment for the last few years because we've recently figured out that I'm like a little golden retriever that's always excited. But that being said, it's still time for me to reset and figure out a more revised plan towards flappy and happy.
Okay, wait. Can we also get the golden retriever at least out of the doghouse to know what's going on around her?
Well, no.
See, that's why you're flappy and happy, because you don't know shit about what's going on in the world. And you and I both, we decided it was best for you that way, right?
Yeah. I'm not, like, our listeners are going to think I'm in the doghouse, like, sad and stuff. No, I just go in there to get my treats, and then I come out in the sunshine. I'm all excited. I just don't know what's going on outside my area.
You just don't know what's going on outside the doghouse.
And that's why I'm already flappy and happy.
Exactly.
And fluffy.
Okay, so let's talk about self-care, dude. Self-care gone wild. We've done a lot of self-care stuff on our podcast, and we're all about it. But, dude, it's become the rage. And like everything else that becomes a rage as a society, we always have to take it too far. I mean, like pumpkin spice, everything. Yeah, that's where we're headed with self-care. It's in our faces. It's on our social media. It's a massive marketing tool. And I just want everyone to calm the fuck down, because self-care is turning into something stressful and something to add to the list that we're not doing, which is insane because it's supposed to take away the stress of the to-do list, not add to it. So instead of a 22-step skincare regimen, let's just talk about little ways.
After your 22-minute hot soak in your 22-mineral bathtub.
Yes, and then while you gargle your coconut oil for 22 minutes.
Between your teeth and your gums.
Right? So it's too much. Like, nobody has time for all that shit. We're trying to relax. We're not trying to freaking turn into Spa City over here. Yeah. So let's talk about little ways to practice self-care that don't add to the stress that we're trying to relieve. Okay. These are just easy peasy ways for self-care. Give your body 10 minutes of mindful attention. And all that means is basically you can do a body scan. And if you don't know what a body scan is, it's when you just lay down and you start at your toes or your head, whatever you want to do. And you go from each body part and you squeeze each body part for 5 seconds, and then release. And you're basically going up the body, up the muscles, or down the body, down the muscles, Because you're reminding your body what it's like to not be tense and stressed and have your muscles clenched all the time. So it takes 10 minutes. Go up, go down your body, check in with every muscle, tense, and then relax it. And it is so nice. Another thing you can do is just oxygenate your body. And it doesn't have to be meditating for 10 minutes. It can just be... Yeah, it can just be taking 3 deep breaths. That's it. Like, it's just these little resets. Self-care is not about tuning the world out and just focusing on, well, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not doable if it's a 5-hour self-care program.
If it's that regimented, it's not possible.
Yeah, so just little things that can help you. So breathe, take 3 deep breaths. Make sure you're breathing into your abdomen. If you're so tense that your air is only going to your chest, you can lay down, put your hands on your belly, and just do some nice deep breaths. And that is a great way to practice self-care. Self?
Yes.
Can you tell I said self? Or does it sound like self?
It sounds like self, S-E-L-T-H.
Okay, that's what it was. Self-care.
Your self-care. Well, it's fine.
This is our stealth-care.
Listen, we're all about self-care, which is actually cooler than self-care.
I know, I like that too.
I do too. Another good way to promote some self-care and some self-love is to get down and shake that booty. Woo!
Seriously.
Put your favorite music on. Like, who has ever had a bad time with their favorite music on? Come on.
I don't know. And even if you feel stupid, because you will feel stupid for like the first 20 seconds.
Not if you're by yourself.
I don't know. I still feel silly. I'm
always worried because I shop online probably more than I should. So I'm like, it's going to be awkward when the UPS guy rings the doorbell and he can hear my inappropriate music and he can see the shadow through the block glass window, but I don't answer the door.
Or you probably have your front door open like you always do and he can see you right through the glass door.
You are right about that. The glass door is locked, so he can't get in, but he can see clearly what is happening.
He can see what's going down inside.
And he can clearly hear my inappropriate music, which you wouldn't think based on my, I don't know, facade, that this is the type of music I'd be listening to.
What facade? The facade of your house?
No, the facade of my face.
Your facade?
Yes.
So you have straight up like gangster rap coming out of the house.
Yeah, and it's just way not appropriate. But whatever. You know what? The point of it is I am break dancing, and I'm not saying I'm a good dancer, but I am letting loose and I am having the time of my life, and there is no negativity anywhere whatsoever within my bubble when I've got that music going.
Plus, it's a little bit of cardio.
Yeah.
Right? Get your blood pumping, get your breathing going. It's good.
Yeah, and again, it's back to we're not trying to be regimented. We're trying to do things that are more organic and more
spontaneous.
Natural to our bodies.
Yeah.
So dancing is totally something that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Another thing to do is stretch out the kinks. Like if you work in an office, get up and go to the restroom, or if there's stairs in your building, take a 5-minute break or 10-minute break from your desk and go walk those stairs or whatever it may be. But just make sure that you're stretching your body out, because even if you're sitting on the couch or you're, whatever you're doing, if you're doing the same thing constantly, you're causing your body to have a kink somewhere.
Yeah.
So stretch them out.
Yeah, you do have to switch it out. Yeah, because if we're just doing the same stuff over and over, then we're working those same muscles over and over, which means we're ignoring all the other muscles.
Right. And standing desks, a lot of people do that now. So if you have an office job and you're like, well, I don't have to do that because I have a standing desk.
Would
and
you
I'm way too cool.
Wait, could you ever have a standing desk?
I did, yes.
Wait a second.
Once I got rid of my
You're the laziest motherfucker I've ever met, and you had a standing desk?
Well, I did, but I don't know where I'm trying to figure out where the lazy factor comes into. I'm not lazy when it comes to exercise, maybe.
You're lazy in every other factor. You make me get up and get stuff. Anything, if we're sitting together and something has to be gotten, who has to get it?
You do.
Right. In that sense, that's why I'm saying, I feel like I'm not a lazy person and my ass does not want to stand at a desk. I've never tried it.
Well, I think the thing that one of the, again, back to these regimented routines and the 22 vitamins and the 22 everything that we just said we're not trying to do here. There was a study done that said sitting is the new cancer, and so I was like, oh shit, don't want that.
I remember that. But I just wonder what it's. I guess it would just be like, I don't know. Like if I was moving around, like if I was a server or something like that, then being on my feet. But damn, standing there, like I'm trying to imagine me doing graphic design, just standing there, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm too lazy. But anyway, just like you said, get the kinks out.
Even if you're standing, it's still anytime that you sit or stand or
in
whatever you're doing
place,
in a stationary pose, you're not stretching those kinks out.
Right.
So just, you know what? Take a moment to go just stretch. Have you ever just been somewhere and you're like, I'm so tired of sitting here. I'm so tired of standing, and just done like a full body fold or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Just like letting your body just dangle.
Yeah.
Your fingers and your elbows.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Just go do that.
Bending over.
And if you have to go to the bathroom to do it, you know what? People might think that you're not feeling well because you're bent over the toilet, but you're like, I'm just stretching. Cool. Got some kinks over here. I'm good.
Also, something that can be done anywhere is drinking a cup of tea. And I know we talked about that with Modern Earth's tea, but tea is an amazing assortment of, it has healing herbs and healing spices. And it also forces you to be mindful, just because you can't just like toss the drink down, you'll burn your throat. You
do have to be mindful. Like you sit there and you make a little date with your teacup.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes 5 minutes to drink it. And that's the thing. It's like just being mindful of what you're doing in that moment, whether you're breathing, whether you're stretching, whether you're drinking your tea, just actually being mindful and focusing on what you're doing and not thinking about anything else in that moment. And that brings a lot of happiness, because we're so busy thinking about other things when we're doing things that we're doing. We don't even know what we're doing. We can drive somewhere and go, how the hell did I just get here? Who was driving?
Who drove me here?
Yeah.
I mean, can I do a shameless plug here just because it's funny?
Yeah.
You can mindlessly drive until you have a van pull out in front of you that's called the Clogfather. A local plumber, sorry. But the point of that story is I was mindlessly driving. I wasn't being mindful of my surroundings. I wasn't being aware of anything. And that's the same thing with revolutions versus resolutions. It's being mindful. And if you follow that list of what your resolutions are with the 22 steps, and we're just saying 22 because it's a fun number, but yeah, it's no longer an organic feeling, and it's no longer an organic path.
It's not relaxing.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, it's stressful.
Yeah.
Every time I like, dude, I've taken a personal social media break since September, kind of around the same time my oven broke. I don't know what that has to do with it, but I'll tell you what, it's been the loveliest feeling, because that is the kind of stuff that stresses me out. I stress out about, I start seeing all of this stuff and, oh, look at these meals look at this and I should be doing this yoga pose and I'm just like, whoa, what is getting fed into my brain? I need my own brain, my own thoughts.
Right, because if you're not following those lists that somebody else made for you that doesn't know you.
I mean, and let's be honest, everything that's getting out there, not everything, but a good majority of what's getting out on social media are people crafting things to look perfect.
Yeah.
And so I'm not signing up for perfection, yo. That's not my jam at all.
I am so not perfect.
No.
So another way to help with this is to activate your self-soothing system. Just by, like you could squeeze your own arm, like if you think about a massage, that's what they're doing, is they're activating your internal system by squeezing you and hitting pressure points. But if that's too much for you, just taking the time to put some lotion on your body, which is a 2-for-1. You're actually moisturizing and giving your body some nutrients via the lotion, hopefully, if it's good lotion.
And it's activating those proprioceptors.
Yeah,
So
I didn't have that word, but
they,
yes.
yeah, that's what they're, those little things on your nerve endings. And when you press them, they send a message to your brain that says, hey, you're good where you are in space, in relation to space. And so your nervous system relaxes. So that's
when you're present at that moment.
Yeah.
Another thing to do is to get to know yourself intimately. Now, listen, this is not taking a right turn or a left turn down some scary path that I'd be way too afraid to talk about.
I know, that's so ridiculous because we have an episode coming up on mindful masturbation.
No, we do not. I actually, guess what? I have a vacation plan that week. Doggone it. But
I'm making you.
On this, get to know yourself intimately, and this is something that I literally have to be very mindful of. It's look lovingly at yourself. Like, think of your body like in the mirror. If you're, hopping in the shower, instead of like, oh, I hate this love handle or that stretch mark or blah, 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 whatever it is. Dude, your body is amazing and it's done a lot of really cool and awesome things for you. So throw out some love to it, man. Don't throw out the hate.
Hey,
there's no time for this.
Remember when I ate bagels every day for 3 months straight and then I had all this extra cushion and
you had an extra bagel?
Yeah, I had an extra bagel around my thighs and my belly, and I was just like, remember that was pretty mindful, because remember we were just talking and I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen my body do, because I'm not one to eat bagels, and wow, they really do pack some pounds on. But I would just look at my body with this new voluptuousness. Yeah. And I didn't hate it. I was more like, what's the word I was by it?
Mesmerized.
I was mesmerized, and I squished it, and I looked at, and I was like, I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now.
I think I did. I think we're on FaceTime.
But... Oh, we were? Okay, good. Oh, it was just so then I, stopped eating bagels, and then I lost the bagels around my thighs and my midsection again, or at least, most of the bagels. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't going to look at it as like some awful thing. I was more like, our bodies are freaking amazing that they can respond to something like that.
They are, and let's stop hating on them every time we look in the mirror, and let's just start appreciating the cool things that they are doing. And then the things that they're not doing, like the bagels, guess what? It's something that we can consciously make a decision, like, okay, right, I'm not going to eat 7 bagels this week. I'm only going to eat 3. Okay.
We actually had to do like a 30-day bagel cleanse. Because my husband was also hooked on bagels. So
I'm on the donuts right now, so I'll have to go on the donut cleanse, but I don't regret these donuts.
Well, you can't. Well, I eat donuts once a month when I PMS. That's what I fancy as a donut. So there is no regret in my donut game at all. No shame in the donut game.
I have had nothing but love for these donuts, especially the one that I had this morning. That was a brand new one I've never had before, but it was a chocolate cake donut with chocolate frosting.
Nice.
Just saying.
Well, and also,
my chocolate-loving friends, try it.
I fully believe that, and this is proven, that our cells react according to the way we think, right?
Yeah.
And so I learned a long time ago that if you do decide to treat yourself, or you do decide to eat something that maybe isn't necessarily something you should be eating, or whatever your hang-ups are, it's not your best choice. If you appreciate it and love it and say thank you for letting me have this treat, and thank your body for processing it, your body will react to that. If you're like, oh my God, I just put shit in my body and it's poison, and your body's gonna die. Yeah, your body's gonna react that way too. So if you do consciously make a decision to eat something that's not your best choice, enjoy it and love it. And this isn't something that you're going to be wanting to do every single day, but if you do, love it and then hit the reset button.
Love it and leave it.
Love it and leave it.
Now, for all of our listeners, I definitely need to work on that one. So that will be something that I will keep mindful of, not beating myself up for shitty eating.
Yeah, you do need to do that.
We should call that sheeting.
Sheeting. Shitting. Oh no. It's something entirely different.
That's what happens whenever you're sheeting, you end up shitting.
Right. Okay, and then another thing, like, you know, people are trying to better their diets and all of that stuff. Diets meaning what they're putting into their body. And a good way to do that without overwhelming yourself or any of these revolutions, if you want to add more water, if you want to add more veggies, just do it small. Like drink 1 extra glass of water a day. Start off with that. Or add 1 extra portion of veggies each meal. Start with
an
that.
apple with your McDonald's cheeseburger.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Because what they're saying is it's not what we should be taking away, but what we should be adding into our meals, which is the fruits and veggies and grains and legumes and all that good stuff. So let's focus more on what we can put into our body instead of what we are restricting our bodies from. Right?
Amen to that.
And then the other thing is just being still. Like, it doesn't take anything to go into a bedroom, a closet, broom closet, bathroom, and just
truck in a barn.
In a barn. Will we ever get into that story?
Oh, I can only hope.
In a barn, whatever it takes. And you know that's what your mom was doing, right? Is she was just looking for some peace and freaking quiet. And
yeah.
And a barn
5
was
children requires you to leave the house and go to the barn inside a truck.
Whatever it takes, go be still, because that is self-care for sure.
For sure. And something that is near and dear to my heart, because in case anybody remembers or needs to know, my birthday is approximately, I should know this. What is today?
I don't even know. The 4th?
May the 4th be with you.
It's not May 4th.
I know, I was just saying that. But anyways, the point of the story is to get 15 minutes of sun, which the minute I see the word sun, I think of my birthday because my birthday is the first day of summer.
All right.
But especially at this time of the year, oh my gosh, I've lived in Kansas my whole life. I don't know why. There is no reason. For everybody that wants to know why I haven't left if I'm always cold, I'm just dumb, I guess. I don't know. But get that 15 minutes of sun. Literally today, it was 50 degrees in Kansas, and I was outside enjoying that sun, playing b-ball with my daughter outside. Like, you've got to get that sun.
Yeah.
And if you really have to be mindful to capture it whenever you can in the winter, because it's much more, rare to find the warm sun.
And if you can do it first thing when you get up, when the sun's out, if the sun's out, then that's the best thing for your circadian rhythm for you to be sleeping better too. And that's how those sad lamps work.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have a dark, cold winter, invest in the sad lamp.
I need to get my sad lamp out. Like, I went through the whole rigmarole of buying it and all that stuff, and now I need to use it. Like, it's a process.
Well, luckily with Kansas, like, literally, it can be, like, on New Year's Day, it was, like, 2 degrees, and then today it's 50, and tomorrow's 60. So if you're in a climate like this, there's enough of a roller coaster that you're fixing to get some sun at some point sooner than later.
That's good.
But also, inhale an upbeat smell. Like, think anything refreshing or upbeat to you, whether it be peppermint or citrus smell, something that you can take a big giant, like full body belly sniff of it.
Whoa.
I know, but you're really going to feel that upbeat feeling from doing that. And like at your desk, if you're at work, if you have a bottle of peppermint oil or some sort of a citrus oil or something like that, take a big whiff of it. Tell me that you're angry then, because you're not going to be.
It's hard to be angry when you're smelling peppermint.
And peppermint is meant to suppress food cravings. So for those that are trying to take it down a notch on their food intake, throw in some peppermint, man.
Hey, but FYI, cinnamon does not suppress food cravings, because I get one of those cinnamon brooms every year from Trader Joe's. They have these awesome cinnamon brooms, and I swear to God, I spend the entire month of December craving a cinnamon roll.
Yeah,
like,
you're fighting off a cinnamon roll.
I am every single time. But now I know. I used to be like, why am I so hungry for a cinnamon roll?
And I was going to say, don't take a big bite of cinnamon, because that's also bad.
Yes, the cinnamon challenge.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But if you do, what happens?
You can have a good laugh, because that's another thing you can do for self-care is hard laughing. And it's not easy sometimes to find some belly laughing. So my go-to is Netflix stand-up. I love stand-up so much. Oh my gosh.
So heartbroken. I thought you were going to say that your go-to is me, but whatever.
Oh, well, but Netflix is just more attainable since I'm in Cali and you're in Kansas. Okay. You're my first go-to, but my second go-to is Netflix.
Okay.
And then also another thing is taking a quick nap, like 10 to 20 minutes. Get your sleep debt down, because we all are acquiring sleep debt by not getting enough sleep. And, because when you lose it, you lose it. And so if you can get in your naps or whatever you need to do to sort of try and build back up, that is a great form of self-care.
And it's such a good reset. Like if you do it, mid-afternoon.
I know. And it sucks because I'm not one of those power nappers, snapper nappers. I know. I need a 3-hour nap and then I wake up pissed off with a headache.
Yeah. And I'm angry and it's dark out and I'm hungry.
Yeah. So if you're not a snapper napper, don't do this one. Then it'd just be like self-torture.
You have to set an alarm if you're not good at this.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about mindful money habits that pay off. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, BrainGangsterBeats.com. This podcast is brought to you by Brain Gangster Beats Audio Brainwave Entrainment Series. Brain Gangster Beats is a natural and super cool way to tweak your brain. Just listening to Brain Gangster Beats using headphones or earbuds can actually change your brainwave activity, which we all know is directly connected to your state of mind. Using different frequencies in the audio files, we can achieve whatever mental state you're looking for at that moment. Relaxed, focused, energetic, fearless, you name it. Visit BrainGangsterBeats.com to check out the entire series, downloadable by single or album.
Okay, so again, in case you all didn't realize, it is 2019. It's the beginning of the year, which is also a great time to take a look at your finances. The big F word.
That's funny. I like that.
We're not going to make finances a scary word anymore, because we're going to learn some ideas and some ways to beat the system when it comes to our checkbook. Dang it. Why does our checkbook always win? That's not cool. We should be winning.
And why is it called a checkbook?
Well, I don't know. For those that are a lot younger than me, there's these things called checks that are paper. It doesn't make any sense, but you can write your shit on the paper and you can write a check for whatever.
Right.
But anyways, at the beginning of the year, it really is a good idea to think about, if you look back at 2018, were there some consistent big purchases that you made? Think holidays, think birthdays, think vacations. Something that's a great idea is to think about for 2019, are you going to be looking towards a big vacation? Do you have children that you're going to be celebrating birthdays with? You know what I mean? Like, think about things that are going to be consistently on your radar for spending money, and think about what a fair amount of money you want to spend on these items are, right?
Yeah.
So, because essentially you need to find out what you are going to be spending on these ideas to find out, A, are they attainable? Like, can I really go to Fiji? I don't know. I have to look at my checkbook. And then finding out, once you know what you want to do, how do I save up so that I'm not causing trouble for 2020 with Barbara Walters?
Right.
So make your money work for you, because there are literally a lot of ways that you can take very little amounts of time with your money that you're spending already and get rewards or points or whatever it may be back on the money that you're already spending. So one of the things that I am truly passionate about, people may think I work for an airline. I swear I don't work for an airline, but get a credit card that will give you miles back for your purchases that you're making. Now, there is one caveat statement. You have to promise yourself you're going to pay this credit card every month. So if you're not somebody that can pay it off every month, you can just fast forward through this part.
Okay, so wait. So you're saying put everything on the credit card and then pay it off at the end of the month.
Correct. So again, whenever you're thinking about your brainstorming and what you're going to be spending a lot of money on this year, if you're doing a vacation, a miles credit card may be the right thing for you. If you're wanting to, renovate your house in some way, maybe a credit card with cash back is what you're looking for. But I'm saying if you are disciplined, a credit card can be a great way for you to make money on the purchases you're already making.
Right.
So if you're not disciplined, again, fast forward, because if you can't pay this off every month, the fees and the interest are, I don't even know what they would be, but I can't imagine it would equal out to be beneficial to you.
No, it would suck.
If you can be disciplined to pay off that balance every month, look into what it is that you're trying to do. So personally for me, I always want miles on a credit card. I don't want cash back. I want miles because travel is important to me. So for instance, last year, and I don't, it's not like I spend a ton of money, but if you put everything that you buy on a credit card.
Right. Groceries, bills, everything.
That $2 coffee. I'm that annoying person that puts everything on the credit card. So people probably don't like me at small businesses that don't have a limit for $5 or less, whatever. But I literally had 9 free flights last year and I still have a ton of miles. So if you think about 9 free flights, and on this particular credit card, it's $100 fee, right?
Yeah.
For the year. So if you think 9 free flights, an average flight from where I'm going is $300. So that would be $2,700. If you take off that fee of $100, that means I gained $2,600 and something that's important to me.
Yeah, I like that idea.
If you're wanting to do cash back because you want, you're saving for a boob job, whatever. I don't know. Not judging. Get the cash back. But to me, I want travel because I know that if I had cash back, I would just put it back in the bank and I would never notice what it was for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because you are reward, what is it?
Conscious, I don't know, reward based.
You are motivated by rewards.
Only travel rewards. I'm not motivated by cash rewards.
I think you're motivated by results, and that's what it is. And so so then you can a result would be flight coupons.
Yeah.
That money is not a reward, well, in my sense and probably your sense, because it doesn't differ from anything else. So then, just like you said, it just goes back into the pool of money. There's no real results if you're thinking that way.
Right. But if you're, like I said, if you're like 2019, I really want to get a boob job, then you can take that cash back and you could apply it towards your boob job. Right? It's just that you have to be able to, I'm just throwing this out there. Kitchen renovation, how about that?
Whatever. I don't care.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't care either because I'm getting miles. And I'm not going to throw out any airline names, but the airline that I use also has free luggage or free checked baggage.
Oh, we got to give Southwest a shout out though.
All right.
Yeah. We got to give Southwest a shout out. We have homies that work for Southwest too. So
I just didn't know if we could say names or not.
Yeah,
but
we can say whatever we want.
So Southwest credit card is amazeballs for anybody that wants to pay it off every month because, again, I got 9 free flights last year.
And I got one of those flights. And
I still have a ton of miles left. And if you want to count a approximate figure, that's $2,600. I don't get that much cash back based on the cash back.
Yeah, the cash back wouldn't pan out that way.
Another way to help with your finances in 2019 is to start saving. And I know you're like, oh, fuck you. We've all heard this. Sorry, but it's true. You must start somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
So if you've already brainstormed and you're like, okay, so I have 2 kids. They each have a birthday every year. And I have 12 family members. I want to spend this amount of money on them on Christmas. You're going to come up with a dollar figure. It doesn't mean that you have to be 100% set with that.
Dude, I've never thought that far in advance in my life. And that's probably part of my problem. Like, I can't... Dude, birthdays roll up on me and I'm like, oh shit, it's the birthday and I don't even have a card, let alone did I put funds back for a gift.
Well, time out. I actually am married to somebody who's way more organized than I am, so I have to give all the credit to my hubs on this one.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very thankful every time it happens.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because what he does, he has direct deposit with his check. from his work, right?
Yeah.
I think most people probably have direct deposit, right? Is that a fair assumption?
Yes, I would say, yeah. I think
Okay,
that's
so
fair.
he's got direct deposit, and what he does is we have decided an amount that we want to spend on Christmas. We know how many family members we buy for. We know an approximate amount we spend. Not saying that that's all we can spend on Christmas, but at least this is what we think we're going to spend. If we go over, at least we've already helped start that process, right?
Yeah.
Same with birthdays. There's 4 of us in my family. We don't worry about like everybody else's birthdays, like friends and other family, but like our immediate family, we spend more money on our birthdays, right? My kids and myself and my husband. Same with vacation. So we're like, this is how much we generally spend on vacation. This is how much we want to have in our vacation account. So what he does is he's got his check that's direct deposited to our checking account with my checkbook. And then he's got a savings account, which he dumps in a certain amount each week, or if you were bi-weekly paid, you would do it that way. That's going to cover a full year of my birthdays, my Christmas, and my vacation. Now, again, it's like with vacation. You don't really ever know what you're going to spend on vacation until you've gone on vacation. But we've already got that nice start to what that vacation looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're not just trying to pull it all off at the last minute like I just did Christmas.
Right. It's same with Christmas. So I just came off Christmas and I'm like, cool, whatevs. I don't have my shit in the red because my husband was kind enough to think about this last year and put in enough money for the year to cover all these different things. Because the thing about it is that, like you can't really plan for a new HVAC system or a new washing machine, but you do have birthdays every year. You have Christmas every year. And if you are big into travel like I want to be, that happens every year.
Right.
You can plan for that shit.
Right.
So plan where you can. Cross your fingers for the other areas and
right.
And it's like if there's any preparation at all, it's better than no preparation.
Okay, so this girl, we have no credit card because I got into credit card trouble like 10 or 15 years ago, whatever it was. So I have no credit card. And so everything I do is cash that we have on hand. So yeah, so when it's time for Christmas, I just have to be like, well, it looks like I'm spending all of this month's money on Christmas gifts, or you know what I mean? So I do need to get my stuff together.
You're like, you ain't eating this month, kids.
Okay, so wait. So I know, seriously. So then we talked about, we were talking offline about the difference because you don't like the envelope idea.
Nope.
But let me tell you, that is literally how we got out of that credit card debt, is following that envelope plan. So that's
just saying that whenever we're discussing, so the envelope system is Tony Robbins, right?
No.
It's not. I think he does one too, but it's like, hey, so you get your check of, whatever. You get a check for $100 and 20 of it goes to groceries and 20 of it goes to gas, put each thing in an envelope. Well, we're trying to make everything feel organic and natural, and we're trying to take away steps off of our to-do list. And I fear, especially for my household, this is definitely not happening. I fear for others' households, if we're like, hey, take 7 envelopes every week or every other week.
Yeah.
And put your shit in each envelope. And then don't you dare open that cabinet and break into one of those envelopes. Because the other thing about that is you have to go to the bank to get the cash.
Yes, you do. Yeah, it's not an easy, it's not like an easy process. I think you're right though. I think for getting out of debt, when we literally had to get out of debt, it was awesome. Like it really, I have to say that it worked. And our friend told us about whoever it was someone else. I can't remember now, but anyway, and that's how they got out of debt. But for what we're talking about with sticking stuff in for birthdays and vacations and holidays and all that stuff. So you're saying you just have one savings account for that stuff. I thought you were saying that you had a savings account for Christmas and a savings account for birthdays and a savings account for vacations. And I was like, holy shit, like it's actually $6 a month for a savings account.
Well, so I only have one account because I know what's going on. But if you guys feel like you're not gonna be able to do that, you could have multiple accounts. The thing about it is that you have to keep a minimum balance, but because I've thrown everything into one account, it's always going to cover that minimum balance. So I'm never going to have a fee there.
Right. Oh yeah, right.
Because
that's
Christmas
what
is at a different time than my birthday. So like I know at the beginning of the year, I'm going to spend X amount of dollars on my children for their birthdays. And even if I choose to spend more or less, I know that account has that X amount in there for it.
Right. So you just have to have that minimum balance in there before you start the account to get away from those monthly fees.
Right. But if you're in that situation, like what you were talking about, where you literally had to do the envelopes, I think it would work if you're in that situation, you're backed into that corner where you're like,
yeah, exactly. Where you have to go through all those processes.
But if we're just saying like, no, I mean, I make some good decisions financially and I make some bad ones. So what do I do for 2019? I'm saying if you're not in that situation where you have no choice but to go that route, take this route because it's taking everything off your hands. You never see that money. I don't even know how much money my husband really brings him every week because he dumps so much into his other accounts.
Right.
And it doesn't really matter because
that sounds so bad.
Right, I know. He's like, what's the Grand Cayman? I see a lot of receipts for Grand Cayman money. I always thought he was buying me a house there, but turns out he's not.
Turns out that's a woman's name.
Damn it.
Hey, dude, we have totally gone over our time and we're not going to be able to hit our last segment.
Well, let me finish my last money one, though.
Oh, yeah, go.
Can I finish that one?
Yeah.
Real fast. Here's a money saving tip. Grocery shop your ass online. Okay? Everybody got that? My grocery store offers a $5 fee for me to do all my grocery shopping online, and they bring that shit to my car. I literally pull into a stall number 3 or whatever. They load my car and I go home.
No.
You know what that does? You know what that means for me?
What?
That $5 fee just saved me $187 or whatever it is I would normally spend in my grocery store on spur of the moment impulse purchases, right?
Right. You would spend more than $5 on a bag of chocolate.
Exactly. And my grocery store has a jewelry store. It's got furniture. It's got, sports equipment. Like if you want to, support your local Kansas City Chiefs or whatever. You never know. I could come home with a Chiefs flag, a couch, a new diamond ring, and a package of eggs.
Right.
And all I went to the store was for eggs. So now I just spent $6,000 more because I saw this cool stuff.
Right.
So I'm a big believer in that grocery shopping because now what you do, it's a search bar. It's not like you're seeing all these flashing, hey, I'm some cool cookie that you've never eaten before. I know you're hungry. Come eat me.
Right.
You type in what you need, and especially if you eat different foods than what are standard for your area, like me, like I try to stay plant-based, so I don't even know what half the shit is I'm looking for in the grocery store. You search function that shit, and it's in your cart, and you never had to go to the store. $4.95 is what that cost me.
I gotta look and see what they have here. I just, I'm such an interactive grocery shopper. Like, I smell fruits. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like the Kindle versus real book thing for me. I have to get past that.
I can see that. Well, and again, this is for saving money. So if that's your entertainment or you're like, I really can't do that, that's fine.
Right.
But we're just throwing out ideas for saving money because another one is Target. Target is a black hole for the checkbook.
Yes, 100%.
So I buy certain things from Target and I have a red card. So the red card gets you free shipping. So there are certain things that are household items. If I run out of it, you think it's a good idea for me to go to the Target to buy my granite cleaner? Go online and buy a granite cleaner and get that shit shipped to my house for free.
I like it.
Option B, in case you're confused. Because otherwise, I will, again, come out with a Christmas sweater and a package of Oreos, and I don't even know. That's just what I did today. But whatever.
A hookah? A hookah?
Yeah, and a jewel.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so these are all ideas for this year to practice revolutions instead of resolutions, and I think we will all just be happier for it. And we will get we'll get to our segment next time on our ways to be peaceful this year. So thank you for listening to Brain Gangster Podcasts with Stacey and Carrie, brought to you today by Modest Earth Organic Teas. Don't forget to enter to win a free bag of Strong Stress at braingangster.com. Just go to the giveaways page. And BrainGangsterBeats.com, also one of our awesome sponsors. Brain entrainment albums. Pop in your earbuds and let the binaural beats and isochronic tones adjust your brainwaves.
It's fun time.